Hey everyone, my name is Will Boyd. I'm a homeschooling father of 7, and we love doing homeschool science. And so today we are going to unbox this Noeo bundle with you. This is the Physics 3 bundle. Let's get after it here. All right. So where to start? We're going to start at the top, and we'll start with the instructor's guide and the student lab manual right behind it here. Two most important pieces of this puzzle, not the most exciting at first, but you know how that goes, parents. So I can't emphasize enough, this instructor's guide is just going to be a super helpful tool for you over the course of the year. And maybe your student is at the point where they're going to be guiding this whole thing themselves. If that's the case, they should watch this video along with you. We love this guide because it's clear, it's concise, and it's flexible. All right, so some of the major features here include, off the top, the weekly schedule of topics. These are the big learning objectives for the year, laid out in a nice, easy to see trajectory. So this is the progression for the year, kind of like a scope and sequence. And when you fast forward a couple pages ahead, you'll see that each week is then broken down. And so let's pick a week here. We'll pick week 3, forces in motion. So this is week 3, and you can see these close up on noeoscience.com. If you click on any of those links to look at the instructor's guide or the student lab manual, you'll be able to look at these even more closely. But this lays out your week in a very orderly fashion. It's clean and tidy. It shows what you're doing which day. And a lot of our families do 4-day-a-week science. Some will stack 2 days on top of one, and they'll do 2 days a week, a Monday, Wednesday, or kind of a Tuesday, Thursday approach. Either one is easy to adapt. And we see at the top day 1 through 4, and then the book they're using and what pages they're reading. And then down at the bottom, you'll see that there's a little more detail regarding the assignments. And so, for example, for week 3, forces in motion, day 3, some questions to ask. How did Galileo slow the motion of falling balls? Try the falling objects experiment on page 7. Then summarize Galileo's experiment with steel balls and a ramp. What was he trying to prove, and what did he learn? That's what you see from each week. Okay, other important objects or items here in the lab notebook. A few examples of lab templates from students in the past, what they're capable of, just to give you a frame of reference. And then if you go past that, you'll see that there are several reproducible pages. And so different types of templates depending on where your student is at. It might be simply reading notes and definitions. It might be more of a rigorous type template like this, where they actually need to come up with a problem, a stated problem, or a question, and develop a hypothesis. Design an experiment to test that hypothesis, analyze the data, and present the data. And so that is the lab template, and those are what make up the bulk of the student lab manual. So student lab manual is mostly perforated pages with those lab templates, a variety of types, and more than enough to get through your school year. And a lot of parents will start off the school year with one template that's maybe a little simpler, but then as they see their student progressing in their critical thinking ability and in scientific process thinking, you can just go ahead and upgrade to the next template. So those are all there for you to use when you need to. Let's get into the living books here, and we'll round it off with the kits. There's some fun kits hiding down there in the bottom. But look at this. Look at all these books. I'll stack them up here that come in this. Need a science shelf at home. All right. So here we're going to start off with Newton's cradle. That's Newton's cradle right there. You've probably seen a video of those balls bouncing back and forth. This is the science of physics. And so this is a Britannica book, an excellent reference for understanding physics, which mechanics of motion, movement, particles in motion. Excellent reference book there. A fun and eye-popping book from DK, electricity, and they always have a fun historical take on their topics as well. And so you're going to find in here there's a clip art DVD attached to the inside, there's a poster inside, and then you're going to get some fantastic historical context for our understanding of electricity. So of course you'll learn about Tesla and Edison and others. Okay, a fun take on physics. And then a book by John Hudson Tyner. This is really kind of if there is a quote-unquote textbook in this box, this is it. Hudson Tyner is a great teacher, and he narrates this world of physics into an understandable and fun, readable way. You'll enjoy reading him. A few more books here. Wonderful biography by Mitch Stokes on Newton. And then a couple more Britannica books on light and sound. So really great reference books to keep around for years in your library. And again, like all the Noeo bundles, we have biographies, we have kind of fact-based books, and we have activity books. Speaking of activities, I think everyone on the planet knows what this is. These are snap circuits. I remember getting a kit like this for my oldest son, who's now 16. Maybe he was 4 then. And we still have some of the parts around. They were my youngest children were playing with it the other day. So a fantastic hands-on learning tool. They're going to have their own physics lab set up this year with snap circuits, electricity, and then the physics workshop. So focusing a little bit more on forces, mechanical forces, energy transfer. That's the name of the game for the physics workshop. You see a little bit of energy transfer here too in the snap circuits. But you're able to process and think about how does an electrician do wiring? Well, let's model that. How much energy do we need to simultaneously run this noisemaker and have enough energy to send this little turbine launching? All that and more in the snap circuits and physics workshop kits. That's all we got for Physics 3. Thanks for watching.